Do you want your website to rank #1 on Google without paying for additional ads? Well, I built these two free AI agents right now that'll analyze your entire website and give you back step-by-step SEO fixes, and you can have them both right now for free. One crawls your website like Google does and finds technical SEO issues, and the other one will analyze your content and give you back actual optimization tips right away so you don't have to waste months trying to figure out what keywords to target or what to do. I have sold this exact same automation to a few clients already, and so can you. So if this sounds good to you, then make sure to follow me to the very end of the video because I'll walk you through step by step how you can build this out for yourself and you don't have to spend a dime for anybody else. So if you're also new to the channel, my name is Palmer Joseph. I've been in love with AI since it came out and everything that can help us do. So if this type of content that you enjoy, then make sure to hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, and hit that notification bell because that lets me know I'm doing a good enough job. And I'll make sure to keep on making these type of content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, guys, so this entire automation is sitting right in front of you right now. So don't let the simplicity of it fool you into thinking that this is garbage, because at the end of the day, it really just boils down to the AI agents and its prompting. And I definitely spent so much time to ensuring that this is properly set up and configured in a way that will give you the output that I truly deserve, because we want to have actual information that can actually help us rank on the Google page 1. So if you want this entire thing and you don't want to build it out with me, all you got to do is click on the link in the description below, join the community, and you'll have it all for yourself. And all you have to do is download that file, come back to the three dots here, click on that drop down, click on import file, choose the file that you have saved it to in your computer, and you'll have this all pasted out right away. You don't have to spend the time. So with that being said, you have to understand that this is all very simple. So again, I spent a lot of time prompting this to ensure that the output is correct. So I'll walk through every single step, every single node, and show you exactly the mindset, the mentality behind it, and how it all performs and works in order for this to actually give you the output that you truly want. So let me do a quick demo first to show you what this actually looks like. How I do this is click on execute workflow. It starts with a form trigger, and we just got to give it a website URL. So in this instance, I'm just going to choose the semrush.com, just for example purposes. Send that through, scrapes the URL with an HTTP node, goes into an SEO audit agent. I'll walk you through what that exactly looks like. After that, it goes into another AI agent, which goes to the content of the website, figures out what's going on with it, audits it, gives us back information as to what we can do. After that, it sends us recommendations by going through a Markdown node first, sending us an email, a Slack message, and also Telegram, because that's where I like to have everything go through, because my email is important for me to see the output. Slack channels for my team members to see what is required for them to actually start working on it if they so choose to, and Slack or Telegram is just for myself and my personal use. So let me show you what that actually looks like. Let's go into my email real quick. Here's the output. As you can see, this is for the audit is complete for this website. It has content quality and target audience alignment. Lots of information here, what it can tell us to do, how we can fix that. Keyword optimization analysis, lots more content in there. Readability and user experience, all right there. Google searchability and engagement recommendations. So these are all information that we can use and utilize right now to help us rank onto #1 on Google. So that also with that is, like I said, it goes to my Slack channel. I'll show you right now. Here it is. Audit complete for this website. Check your email for the audit like I just showed you. And also my Telegram, just for my personal experience or my personal preference. Audit is complete for this website. Again, check your email. That said, that is how it all works, and I'll walk you through exactly what you got to do with each node step by step right now. So let's get straight into it. Okay, guys, so let's walk through this each step by step right now, one node at a time, and I'll explain to you what we're doing in each one so you have a better understanding, so you can change this and customize it whichever way that suits you best. So with that being said, you always need to have a trigger node for something for your workflow to begin. Without a trigger, nothing's going to work. So in this demo, I'm using a trigger node as a submission form, and how you get this, go to the top right, type in form. It's this first one right here, and make sure you choose the trigger with a little lightning bolt. This is an on new end form event. Okay, once you choose that, this will pop up as it is right now, but understand that this will be blank. Okay, first things first, you have to understand that there's no authentication required because this is for demo purposes. So okay, just understand that. Form type is website URL. That's what I call the form. Form description is what you'll see in order for them to know what to put inside the little box inside the form. I just wrote down, enter the website URL here. Field name will be blank, so you got to choose this. So click on add form element. Field name, like I said, I labeled as form URL. Element type is text, and I gave it a placeholder, which is the SEMrush that I showed you a second ago. And make sure you toggle on it's a required field. So let me just execute the step to show you what it looks like. So this thing pops up. Just imagine you put this into a website itself. It all is going to trigger the exact same way, but in here, just give it a website. Okay, so I'm just going to type in HTTPS. I always recommend, let me just choose something else. Let's see, Amazon.com. Okay, best to always use HTTPS in the beginning. It still works with www, but if you want to have better results, just put that in. It makes things a lot easier. Let's press submit. This starts off the automation. Now we have an output, the website URL, submitted that, and the form mode is test. That's fine. This next one is called an HTTP node. And how you get this, go to the top right, type in HTTP. It's a HTTP request node. So you click on that, this will pop up right here. This is extremely simple. This will be blank, by the way, when you first start off. Just make sure you have it a method as get. The URL will be pulled from the previous node. And how you get this is you just bring this over, you click, drag, and drop into that little box here. So I'll show you right now. It looks exactly the same. Get rid of that. So it knows what to look for as an input, because without that, it's not going to know what to do. You can leave everything else as off, and that is basically it. So we can execute the step, and what it's doing right now, it scrapes the entire URL that you have provided it. All right. So as we know, this is for Amazon.com. Probably won't give us much back in terms of an output, but as I showed you in the very beginning with SEMrush.com, it gave us a very, very optimized list of what we can do. So right now, this is data that we got back out as the output. A lot of gibberish. I can't read that, to be honest with you, but at least it scraped the URL, and now with that we have the information inputted into NNN, and we can go from there. Next off, we have first AI agent. Okay, this is the one I call the SEO auditor agent. How you get this? Go in the top right, type in AI agent. You get that guy. Click on that. Double click on this. Everything will be blank like it was before. All you gotta do is make sure that your prompt, you give it the input that it's looking for. And how you get this? I just typed in website URL data. I made sure it's expression, and I gave it this data output from the previous node. So I clicked on this, dragged it, and dropped it inside. The exact same thing. So now that it knows what to look for in terms of what the input is. So you gotta be aware of that. This is toggled off. We don't need that. We also don't care about the fallback model, because this is basically just going between your primary chat model, which in this situation I'm using OpenAI, or you can use someone else like Anthropic. It really just it's a fallback. It's not really important at this point in time. So what's important here is actually a system message. So if you really want this, you can pause the video right here. You can copy it as it is, or like I said, you can get the entire JSON file by clicking the link in the description below. Join the community. It's all going to be right there for you. Download it, paste it right into your workflow, and you are set to go. It's not going to take a second, and it's all going to be here. So just to give you a better understanding, with a lot of testing, this is what I came up with in terms of prompting. You're an expert SEO auditor analyzing HTML data from a website, because you have to understand the output from the scrape URL, which is the HTTP node, it comes out as HTML data, right? So what it's doing, it's got to analyze that data. It's got to inspect the provided HTML and identify issues that require attention. I'll put your findings in exactly 3 categories using bullet points only. Be specific and actionable. Use the think tool for better output, okay? Here's the 3 things that I gave it to do, okay? First off, we got to identify the critical issues. These are things we have to address immediately. List issues, blah, 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 blah. Next one, improvement opportunities. This includes potential benefits, just for us to understand what we can actually see when we actually change this up and improve it as directed by this agent, okay? Now we give it a format, the issue, recommendation, and benefits. That is how I set it up. Quick fixes, something that can be resolved immediately to give us quick wins. This is very important for you to understand as well. This basically lets us know that there's going to be things that in your website that will take longer to fix, maybe a few hours to maybe a couple days to maybe a month, who knows. But these quick fixes are quick wins that we can fix right now with minimal effort, and I want to provide that as well. So I list simple tweaks that take minimal effort, okay? Requirements, I gave it all the requirements right here. Make sure it's in bullet points. There's no introductory text, because I used to have a lot of issues with the output introducing what the output was, and it was a mess. Give it a specific output format, because I want to use HTML formatting. So we got H3 tags, UL, LI, blah, 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 blah. Important. What I found after a bunch of testing as well is that it kept on including the HTML tag and those little markdown crap at the top and bottom. So I gave it this very important instruction to not include that, or else it's going to look terrible. Okay. Once that's done, we can execute the step. As you can see, it's using the brain, which I'm using as ChatGPT 4.1 mini. And also a think model. I've connected both of these guys to both the same one, just whichever one you prefer. Okay. Now if we come back in, now we have an output exactly in HTML form. We have H3, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All that is important for the next AI agent to determine what to do with it, with the information just received. So let's move on to the next AI agent. How you get this is the exact same way as you got this guy. +, AI agent, click on that guy, you'll get this guy right here. Since we now have output from the scrape URL HTTP node, also from our SEO auditor agent, now we tell the input for this second AI agent what to look for. So in here, I gave a specific prompt in terms of the user side, the website URL, as I got this from here, dragged it over, and that's how I got that. But let me get rid of that guy because that's completely useless at this point in time. And the output from the previous agent, and how you get this, click on that guy, drag it over, and paste it in. That is basically it. That is the easiest thing that you can do in terms of the input. Now, you can toggle those both off exactly the same as before, same chat model, same think tool, all that kind of stuff. Let me show you what I came up with in prompting for the system so it knows what to do with the information it got as an input. In here, again, you can just pause the video, copy this exactly as you see it. You can go through each one, change it up whichever way you want. You can customize the prompts whichever way you think is best for what you want the output to be like in your preference. But for myself, kept everything as it is. You are an expert content and SEO analyzer. Using the provided HTML data and the SEO audit findings from the previous agent, conduct a comprehensive content analysis. Now, we want to focus on a lot of things like the content quality, keyword optimization, readability, and user engagement, because these all come together in helping people stay in your website, and that lets Google know that, hey, people like this website, let's rank it better, because this is just like a flywheel type of thing. Keeps them bringing more and more people in if you actually do everything properly. So I'll put the findings in bullet points because we want that to be simple, and we do this through 4 different categories. I also told to use a think tool to get better output if it so requires. So here's the 4 categories I have. Content quality and target audience alignment, as you saw from the demo that I showed you. This is what I put in there. Keyword optimization analysis, I gave some ideas of what to look for. Readability and user experience. Google searchability and engagement recommendations. I want a specific format, so I put it in as current issue, specific recommendations, and expected impact. So people will know through what's going to happen, what they're going to expect as an output if they actually put in the work to do exactly what the audit agent has told them to do. Because we want to know how this is going to affect us if we change something according to the SEO agent. Okay, here's the requirements. Exact same thing as before. I want it to be very specific. It's got to be actionable. I want this to be bullet points. No introductory text, because without this little prompt here, it keeps them coming back with these stupid ass responses like, here's what I found, and this is why I do this. It kept on explaining everything. So I put that in there, got rid of that. Same output because we want it in HTML format. Important. Also, do not include HTML or any of that markdown stuff at the top and bottom because that is annoying as hell. So that alleviates this right off the bat. So let's click execute step. As you can see right here, it's going back to the same chat model 4.1 mini. Use the think tool if so required just to get a better output, because that is important for us to get the best type of data out of both these agents so it knows, so we are able to understand what we can move and do next. So as you can see right here, it has given us the output right now. It's all in HTML format, which is great. Lots of content in there. Okay, so the next node is a Markdown node. How you get this? Same thing, top right. Type in Markdown, you'll get this guy. This is probably the simplest node. What we're doing in here, click on the drop down, make sure you're choosing Markdown to HTML. Don't choose the other way around, HTML to Markdown, you're just gonna mess everything up, but choose Markdown to HTML. And what we do here, come back in, we gotta give it an input. So we give it the input from both agents. We go into the first one, the SEO auditor agent, we give the output. What we do here is we take this, drag and drop it in there. You'll get the exact same thing as you see right there and right now. Content audit agent, I didn't put the agent in there, but all you gotta do is take this, paste it in there. And that is basically it. Make sure destination key is data, just so that you know what the output's gonna look like. So let's execute the step real quick. Now we have data and we have output, right? This is very important for us to fully understand how to move this into the next succeeding nodes, because without this information, it's all gonna break. So now this is done. Here is where you can change this up and customize it whichever way you want. But again, this is for my sake. I like to have it as an email. I like to send this into my Slack channel because my team's in there to take a look at what to do. And also for myself personally, just to go to a Telegram channel. So as you can see, if you don't want to have these in here, take it out. You can just have it go straight to your Gmail. That's perfectly fine too. But let's go into the Gmail one. How you get this, top right, type in Gmail, click on that guy, and make sure we're choosing send a message. Okay, nothing else. We're not getting message. We're not getting many messages. We're not marking anything as read or unread. This is simply to get a message or to send a message. I'm sorry. Click on that. You need to have your credentials set up. If you don't know how to do that, then make sure you click on the card right above me. This will walk you through the entire process of connecting your Gmail or Google to N8N. It's 4 minutes long. You'll know exactly what to do from there. So once that's done, everything is still the same. Resources message, operation is send. You can send this to whichever email that you want. For my demo purposes alone, I'm sending it back to myself, which is palmerjosephai.com. But if you have your own specific email, then send it to yourself, or else you keep on sending it to me, and that's going to be annoying as hell. So subject, you can turn this into an expression. You don't have to have this variable in there if you don't want to. You can just put in as audit completed if you so choose. But if you want to do the exact same thing as me, all you gotta do is click on this to blow it up. I typed in, this will be fixed all the time for every single output that it gets sent out. And what we do here is we go into the enter, we go into very first node because we told it what website to look for. So we take the website URL, click on it, drag and drop, and you'll get the exact same thing. This will be the output. So audit completed, Amazon, right? That is what the subject will be. If you want it to be a variable, that's what you got to do. HTML type, email type is HTML because remember, we had everything formatted as HTML, so we want to keep it exactly the same thing. The message is going to be the output from the previous node from the Markdown. And how you can do this, click, drag, and drop, and you'll get the exact same output right there. You can click on add option because I hate having the N8N attribution at the end of the email. If you want it there or you don't care, you can leave it out off. You can completely ignore what I just said. But that is that. Execute step. Now we have it sent into our email. Let's take a look. Now we have a lot more content, and this is specifically for Amazon.com. We can have an understanding of what to do in terms of content quality and target audience, like I said, keyword optimization analysis, readability and user experience, Google searchability, and engagement recommendations. Lots of stuff in here for all of us to fully understand what we can do, what our action items are to help us rank #1 on Google. So let's go back to the N8N. Let's go down into the other branch. You can have this all in a flow. I just split it up. That's just my own personal preference. But if you want to have it on one after the other, that's perfectly works too. So the next one is Slack. Okay, so how you get this, you just click on the top right, type in Slack, and what we're choosing here is send a message. Okay, you can double click on that. Everything will be blank. You have to have your Slack credential hooked up. If you don't know how to do that, let me know. I haven't created a video for it yet. If you want that, I can make an entire tutorial walking you through exactly what you got to do. Just comment down below, let me know that's what you want, and I'll put that together for you. Once you have that done, everything still remains the same. Make sure when you send your message, you send it to a channel. So you obviously have to have your Slack account set up with channels involved. If you don't have that yet, then set that up because this won't work without it. So choose channel, not user. From the list, choose the one that you want to get sent to. So in this instance for myself, it's called AI bot because as you can see right here, going to Slack, I have a channel called AI bot. Okay, that is how I have mine set up. If you so choose to copy me, that's perfectly fine too. Message type is simple text message. The output that I want is to show up in Slack is simple. I typed in as fixed output. It's audit completed. How we get this variable, go back to the very first node. As you remember, this is a form submission. We gave a specific URL, so I drag that in. As you can see, it'll pop up twice. So we don't want that. So I just want it once. Audit completed for this variable, which is whatever website that we gave it in the very beginning. Check your email for the audit. Let's execute the step. That is done. Let's check our Slack. Come back in. That is done. As you can see, exactly as how I had set it up. First one was SEMrush, as you already saw. Now, that is completed. Let's move on to the next one, which is the last one, which is Telegram. How you get this is very simple. Type in Telegram in the top right corner. When you click on the plus sign, choose that one, and then go to, where is it? Send a text message right there. Okay, right here. All you have to do, again, you got to set up your credentials. Once you have it all set up, you can keep on doing it over and over. But if you don't know how to do that, watch the quick card at the corner there and walk you through the exact same thing, how you can set it up. It takes 4 minutes long. It's super simple. Once you have that done, everything still stays the same. For chat ID, you're gonna have a very specific chat ID for yourself. So how you get this? Come back into Telegram. You can go into the very beginning, go into search, just type in get ID bot, which is right here. Give it this prompt, which is /start, and you'll get your chat ID, which is right there. As you can see, the last 4 digits is 0249. 0249. Yours will be different from mine. So if you try to copy this exactly as it is, it's not gonna work. Make sure you get your specific one to yourself. All right. That is correct. Now that is completed. The text is exact same thing as I had for the Slack, so nothing changed there. I'll walk you through that. Reply markup, none. I chose add field and it took away the N8N attribution because I hate that little thing that kept on popping up. Execute the step. Let's check our Telegram. Come back to my bot. There we go. All done. So that is the entire workflow in essence and how you can use it to optimize and basically help yourself or your website rank on #1 on Google. It's a very, very simple automation, but it's extremely powerful and gives you actionable data within seconds rather than trying to figure out what to do, beating yourself up for like months on end, trying to figure out what keywords to target and all kind of jazz. This is all done for you in literally seconds. And there you have it, guys. I really hope that you found some value in that video. If you have any questions and concern for me, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you guys. Again, if you want this entire workflow for yourself without having to go through any of that grunt work that I just showed you right now, all you gotta do is click on the link in the description below, join the community. It's all gonna be there available for you. All you gotta do is download it, paste it into your own N8N instance, and it's all set and ready for you to go. I know a lot of you guys don't want to waste any time. Neither do I. I just want to make it as simple as possible for you. So if you found that video helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit that notification bell because that lets me know I'm doing a good enough job. And I'll keep on making this type of content for you guys on a daily basis to show you how to use AI to become more of an asset in the workplace because I want you guys to make money. I want to make money. We all want to make money. So with that being said, if you want to see more content from me, more step-by-step videos, make sure to watch this next video on your screen right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one.